His family name is forever connected to a part of Tennessee history that is truly fascinating. In his new memoir, Bob Clement shares a behind-the-scenes look at growing up in the governor's mansion to serving as a congressman and beyond. He was in the company of presidents, kings, and convicts that whole time. And my friend, that just barely scratches the surface. He joins us now with a bit more. Congressman Clement, good to have you back here on Talk of the Town. How you doing?
Great to be back.
Good, good. I'm going to talk a little bit about this book, but something that you told me just before we started here was really fascinating. I was asking you about the source of the information from this book, and you say what you did is you've started notes way back from your childhood.
Way back, and I got out all those notes, and the last 2 years I've been writing. Mm-hmm. And it's about my life, my career, about growing up in the governor's residence, career changes, and then I get heavy into U.S. policy, U.S. Congress and politics, about fixing Congress and fixing America.
All right, you talk a little bit about what's going on now then in D.C. I guess this is pre-election, but things that could be very useful for the new Congress.
Absolutely, because I served at a time where we knew how to compromise and we were consensus builders, but in recent years, for various reasons, Congress hadn't been able to get the job done. Mm-hmm. And I talk about changes that needed to be made in the book about how we can get America back on track again.
Awesome. Let's talk a little bit more about some of those notes from your early years. Once you were sitting down to write this book, how hard was it to condense? Because if you're going back to childhood, that's for when Dad was a governor and everything. So it had to be very hard to choosing, okay, where do I go? Where do I start?
Well, I was 9 years of age when my father, Frank G. Clement, was elected governor of Tennessee. Mm-hmm. And when he was running for his third term, the two of us spoke in every county in Tennessee. He'd speak for a while and turn it over to me, and I'd speak, and then I'd turn it back over to him, and he'd remind the crowd, remember folks, I'm the candidate, not my son. So I grew up with prisoners and the highway patrol, and as a 9-year-old kid, I didn't know which group I liked the best because highway patrol had a job to do, and the prisoners had plenty of time to spend with me playing basketball, football, and having pool tournaments at the governor's residence.
All right. And in addition to that range you just mentioned, along the way being here in Nashville, I'm sure have had a chance to meet and chat with a host of country music stars along the way as well.
Well, I did. Country music stars and even Elvis Presley came out to the governor's residence. Colonel Tom Parker brought him out there, and my father as governor had the Prisonaires, a group from the state penitentiary. All of them had 99-year sentences, and the lead singer, Johnny Bragg, had 6 99-year sentences, and they'd all harmonize and sing. Just the family were there, and the prisoners, and Elvis Presley, and Elvis got so carried away, stayed till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Awesome. Hey, well, there are more great stories in this book. Please tell your wife, Mary, hello. And I know you're enjoying having fun with those grandbabies these days. You got 5 of them now, right?
5 of them.
Awesome.
5 in the last 5 years. They're keeping me busy.
Well, it's great to see you. Congratulations on the book. Now, the book is called Presidents, Kings, and Convicts. You'll get the chance to hear more at a couple of local events. Meet Congressman Clement at the Murfreesboro Barnes & Noble tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock and at the Parnassus Green Hills Thursday, December 8th at 6:30.